What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here, and I haven't done a Saturday video in a while because, like I said, I'm only going to do those when I have a really good idea of something to do for one. And I came up with a good idea. As you know, our normal Wednesday videos are fun size adventures where we do two things to get our family active. Number one, we go on adventures out in the woods, explore, do cool things like that. The second one is ways to keep active around the yard, and there's a lot of things we do, and I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity before fall really sets in and it gets really cold to just give you a tour of the yard and kind of recap the fun things we did this summer and also show you what we have planned for the future. So right now we're in our driveway here. It's where we're starting out. As you can see, we've got beautiful fall foliage because it's that time of year. Now our property here is kind of like a giant slice of pizza. The road curves and then it's kind of like the crust, and then it comes to a point towards the back, and it's about 2.5 acres. So the road is over there, curves up around this way. So this is like the crust section of our yard. And we've got the driveway, we've got the hillside here, which if you've been watching for any length of time, you're super familiar with what's going on up here. We've got the tree fort. This is where our downhill biking trail loops through here, comes out right through here. We've got our ropes course, ninja line stuff set up here this year with our ninja line, our slack line, and then our zip line that we set up. And yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on up here because it's
down the zip line.
Yeah, go do that, Cal. A lot of stuff's been going on up here this year because it's just close to the main part of our backyard here, like the lawn section, and it's just a good place to be, nice and close. And we also wanted to have that set up so we could do it all right in a row. As it gets a little bit colder and winter sets in, winters are long and hard here in Maine. So a lot of this stuff, pretty much everything except like the tree fort, like all the ropes course stuff, the trampoline, all this stuff is gonna have to get broken down and put away for the winter. And we've only got another month or two to really enjoy it until then. But one thing that I do want to do in the future, maybe next year, is now that we've got this zip line, it's 75 feet long, and I can't help but wonder that now that I've got all the little components of it, it's not, oh, there goes Cal. It's not that expensive to buy a longer wire, and I kind of want to try to set it up longer. So maybe next year we'll buy another wire, try to set up an even longer zip line, see how fast we could get going, and that sounds like something that's worth trying next year.
That would be great.
Does that sound awesome? Yeah, so look forward to, we're talking a long way out, not till next spring or summer, but that's something to look forward to. But yeah, we also have like walking trails that come down through here. And then, like I said, we've got our main backyard through this section. And this is actually, the property line goes just beyond the zip line and goes back that way. And then if you go loop around the house here, you go down into our lower backyard, which is where like our patio is. We have a little sandbox for the kids, the wood shed and the shed. Oh, Eli needs his helmet put on. I can hear you. Hold this for me.
Okay.
All right. So, and then we've got our little swing set that we got when the kids were all really small. But when they swing on it, especially the older two, it keeps popping out of the ground. So that's something I'm thinking of upgrading, and I might get to it this fall, but probably not till the spring. But I want to build a much bigger, better swing set for the kids.
Yeah, because that swing gives me headaches.
Yeah, and then we've got this little like plastic mountain climber here that the kids have enjoyed. We actually had that in the basement one year, and the kids enjoyed it in there, and then we brought it out here, and it's super hard to take apart, so we haven't brought it back in the winter like we were originally planning on. But yeah, but then we're gonna go back into the woods here, and this is kind of going back, if you remember our walking trail video we did, we're gonna go down that, and we're also gonna show you where we plan on. You want your helmet off now? We just put it on. All right. But yeah, we're gonna show you where we plan on extending that as time goes on. And actually right here, this section here, this was all overgrown with weeds, kind of like this, not weeds, but small trees and just plants and stuff. But I'm working on clearing this section out here for two reasons. Number one, we've got this hill that we like to go sledding down, and we used to crash into all these little trees and stuff. So we've cleared it out for that reason. And the second reason is I think that between this tree here and this one over here, I want to try to build some sort of beam that goes between the two and put our swings on that. So hopefully we get to that this fall, but like I said, if not, it will be next spring. But yeah, and then we'll walk down the walking trail goes this way. We also have another connector trail that just goes through the woods just along outside of the backyard on this side. You can see our balance beam there. This is kind of part of our course that we've made in the past that with certain obstacles, but we'll get back to that. We're going to actually come back to that section as we loop around. But right now we're going to walk through.
And then you want to see the spring trails?
Right now we're going to walk through our walking trails. This section is the swampy section, if you remember, but it's been so dry this fall that all the water that's normally back here is dried up, so it's just basically a field now. But that's not the norm. It's usually pretty mucky and muddy if you go off the trail. And here we're to the boardwalk sections that we made, and this continues here.
Oh yeah, you see over there?
Oh yeah, there's something the kids have been working on. They want to show everybody is they've built a secret base over here. Have to walk through. Like I said, normally this would be mud here, but then you come up out of it into the dry woods, and we're actually right along our property line here. But they have taken all these dead branches and built it into this fort here. You guys want to show me how you use it? You usually go around the other side, right? Like this is the front.
And look at.
Yeah, they've even tried finding water and mixing up mud and packing in the cracks. They've got a couple cracks done. but yeah, they've been working on that for like a week now. But yeah, then back on the other side you can hide. I think they want to use this as a base if we ever have any kind of wars back here, which is something we'll definitely have. Maybe we'll even do a video on that eventually. Oh yeah, they want to invite their cousins over and have a big fight. But as you can see, the colors are beautiful this time of year. Everything's not green anymore. It's turning all sorts of colors. All right, well, we got to keep moving. We don't want this video to be too long. All right, so we are gonna walk back across to this mangle area here, and then remember the walking trail video. This is the new section we built, which will come through here. And this is kind of where we stopped. I've cleared up to that big tree, but we're going to work on continuing it down here. And
To find some treasure.
yep, and then we get down to here, we get to the big tree, and then we've got another section that we got to put in through here. And I haven't figured out the best way to build this yet, but we're gonna slowly work on it. One idea that I have is to come over here and like one of these bigger like cedar tree, I think that's a cedar tree, cut down and then like let it fall this way, and then turn it into like cut it down the middle like I did with those branches on the bridge, and kind of make it flat on top and make it bridge that way.
Animal poop.
But it may or may not work.
You almost stepped on it.
It's okay. But here we've made it back to where it opens up. This is like an old logging road that runs, through the back of our property. And our property line on this end is like right around here. And then on this side, it's like just in there.
Your daddy, the other, and you look at, that's a other house.
Yeah, but you can see a neighbor's house through the woods there.
Nope, that's not a neighbor's house.
They're technically our neighbor, guys. All right, so we are gonna continue on down here. I'm waiting for you, Eli. And here we are to what they would call their beaver dam right through here. This is where we've been here in some of our earlier videos last winter, where it's normally muddy through here and they've built a little dam, but in the spring there's a little runoff stream that comes through here and goes down there and meets up with a bigger stream. But then, like I said, it's kind of easy going a little bit bit further here.
I like it. You can go all the way to if you go
And
like so much,
but then all of a sudden it gets back into the thick of it. And like I said, this section is heading into another bit that is normally really swampy. But right here, we're kind of skirting along our other property line, like the other side of the Slice of Pizza, like I was saying. And we've been actually exploring back here a lot this past few weeks because it's been so dry. It's been easy enough to get through here. But once this gets wet again, it's going to be tough. So we're working our way through here. There's a big old tree stump.
Dad, you want to see the fern trails?
The fern trails? I'm just trying to find the best way back. But yeah, we're gonna work a trail through here somehow, depending on how wet it is in the spring. One idea that I did have that I kind of want to do is, back a few years ago, we built a rope bridge out of just some nylon rope and then a bunch of little sticks. And it worked out pretty good, but the ropes eventually broke. But other than that, it was a really good rope bridge. It was like 20 feet long, and I kind of want to try to do that again. But now that I've kind of figured out from the zip line how to work with wire a little bit better, maybe that would be something stronger than the rope, and we could build a rope bridge over one of these wetter sections. But yeah, we're going through, this they call their fern trail because it goes through this little fern area. And before these ferns all dried out and died, it was pretty cool because they actually would come up, they grow up out of tufts like this, and then the branches would arch over and almost create these little tunnels that the kids could fit through. Whoa, oh, my foot got caught. Shoe popped off. All right, so now we've come back out, and now we're back to the other side of that trail by the balance beam, like I said.
Wow, there's lots of leaves back
Yeah, there's a lot of leaves on the ground back here.
Oh, yeah.
But then we've already got a trail coming through here, like I said, that loops up, back up towards the road on like the other side of our property. And eventually gets through, and like I said, right through there, this is another really swampy area that we normally can't do much in. But then we curve back up to where it's drier, kind of squeeze through this little sapling forest here, and then
it comes out into the climbing tree.
Yep, and this is their climbing tree. You probably remember this from a few videos ago. We've got their climbing tree, and then we've got our bike jump that we just built right here that goes back up to the road, and then this side leads back to the backyard. So yeah, so that's basically our backyard, and like we've been working on this year. And then one of our goals here is to try to make the backyard with all these, we've got these 4 boys, we got to keep them active, we got to keep them worn out really, so they don't drive us crazy. So we're trying to build the ultimate backyard for active boys, and also maybe fulfill a few of my childhood dreams of things that I wanted to do. And we've made pretty good headway at it this year, and there's a lot of more stuff to come, and we plan on working on it. So make sure that you tune into all of our videos, and we'll try to do a lot more fun stuff like that. And hopefully you got a little glimpse of the plans we have. But like I said, in a few more weeks, all these leaves will be down, the weather will be cold, all that stuff up there will have to get taken apart, and then we'll be burning all that firewood in the wood stove. But we're gonna come up with ideas to do fun things outside anyway. Even when it gets tough, when it's 0 degrees outside, we're gonna figure out things to do. So we look forward to that, and we look forward to sharing it all with you. So thanks for coming on this tour of our backyard with us, and we'll see you Wednesday for more fun-size adventures. See you next time.